Hello everybody, my name is Star Raptor and welcome to the channel. This is my spoiler-free review of Spider-Man No Way Home. I say spoiler-free, I went 3 days with a social media blackout where I didn't go on Twitter, I didn't go on Facebook, I didn't even really go on YouTube because I couldn't risk myself being spoiled with all the awesome things that happen in this movie, and I hope that everybody kind of takes my advice and stays off the internet, or at least mute certain words on certain social platforms, because you do not want to get spoiled for all the awesome surprises in this movie. Getting started, hopefully I have enough enthusiasm because I've seen this movie late at night and I still haven't recovered on sleep, and the hype that I had leaving this movie definitely took a lot of energy out of me. So that's what you can expect, hopefully, from this movie. And getting into it without giving anything away, if you've seen the trailers, you already know what I'm going to explain. This movie, really the crux of this movie is Spider-Man from Far From Home. He had been exposed by Mysterio to have killed him, but that didn't really happen. So now everybody knows Peter Parker's identity, because Jonah Jameson basically revealed it to the whole of New York City and everywhere. So now Peter Parker's trying to reverse that. He goes to Doctor Strange, has Doctor Strange use different kind of spell to basically make people forget. And of course, Peter Parker talks a lot and distracts him, and then the whole spell goes crazy. Then we have villains like Doc Ock and Green Goblin and Sandman and Electro and Lizard all mixed up into this, and that's really the story. So getting into the positives for Spider-Man No Way Home, and I will say this is the best performance that Tom Holland gives. What he pulls off, I mean, I loved his performance, especially in Endgame with what happens with Tony Stark, but we see that dialed up to 11, I feel like. Tom Holland does a great job of this really great iteration. He portrays Spider-Man, this, high school kid, really has that energetic vibe of Peter Parker that we know from the comics and other bits of media from the character. So I just love to see how far his acting has come, and it really feels like this is a great milestone for him to achieve this. But we also have lots of other characters, and I think that's what really works in this movie. What had me worried going in was the fact that you have like all these other villains showing up, plus his supporting cast with Ned and with MJ, but everybody has their own like little arc. Even these characters from other movies with the villains, like they actually get their own arcs, and you're seeing their story carry over, and they're making references to the other movies that they were in. So, and they're able to kind of capitalize that and build it. I feel like they did a much better job, John Watson, the writing team, with doing this compared to, unfortunately, something like the Eternals, where part of that is all new characters, but still, like, I feel like this was juggling like spears and knives, because man, oh man, this could have ended badly for the movie, and they somehow miraculously pulled it off to really give great fan service. And everybody, I mean, there's bad fan service and good fan service. This movie is a great example of how to do fan service right, not hitting you over the head with it, but just making it just enough so you can really appreciate it. I really like the themes in this movie. There's big things of sacrifice and, believing in something and doing the right thing. And I feel like that's a really great message to send, and it's really portrayed so well in this movie, and it's because of the stakes. This movie, man, oh man, you get to that like second act halfway through the movie, or third act, and you realize like, man, there are so many things at stake here, from a macro level of, oh my gosh, like the world and everything, but then from a personal level for these characters to go through the things that they've gone through, the trials and tribulations. Like, man, oh man, this movie is one hell of a roller coaster experience of emotions. I cried, I laughed, I cheered, it ran the gamut of everything, and that's, I think, the best thing I could say about a movie. If it gets me to go through all those emotions in a matter of like a hour and a half to 2.5 hour span of time, and it certainly did that very well. The music is great. We get certain cues and stuff that we've heard before, which I really appreciate as it's sprinkled in with the overall score. The action is incredible. You guys have seen it if you watch the trailers with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, like in different mirror dimensions and stuff like that, and fighting. And just the web slinging has looked so good, and seeing characters like Doc Ock come back and fight in Tom Holland's iteration of Spider-Man on this bridge with all these cars, just throw them over. You gotta watch this thing on the big screen. This doesn't really apply. The next point doesn't really apply to how good the movie is, but I gotta make a reference to it, and that is the communal theater experience. This is one of the best movie-going experiences I've ever had. Went on opening night at 10 p.m. at my local Regal Cinema here in Central Jersey. Entire parking lot was full. Got in a theater. Even the nosebleed seats were full. And it was like every single seat was filled and people were just buzzing with excitement. Even before the movie started, it was like this magical experience. And it was like, holy crap, like this feels like Star Wars Endgame Infinity War level hype right here. And man, oh man, it felt like I was in a rock show. It felt like I was maybe in a football game or something, like an NFL football game or something of that caliber, because man, oh man, when certain things happen, people were like basically out of their seats clapping to the point where I couldn't even hear what was being said dialogue wise for another 10 seconds after everybody started to calm down. Like, those are the things I'm talking about. Certain scenes where you just hear a pin drop and you just hear the sniffles. Like, everybody's just, it was a communal experience where everybody was reacting the same way. And I just absolutely love that as a moviegoer, to get that communal experience. And obviously over the last like almost 2 years now, a lot of us have not really had that with what's going on in the world. So to get this one movie to kind of get a lot of people to get out of their houses and just let's enjoy cinema. And man, oh man, and the way that people are just fanning out, like people are fangirling, fanboying out at certain things happening in this movie. It was just awesome. Walking out of that theater, everybody was just like on cloud nine. Like, this is the kind of stuff I love as a fan of the genre of Marvel movies, of Star Wars movies, anything. It's just, if you haven't experienced anything like that, go check a big Marvel movie out on opening night. It's going to be a really awesome experience that you guys won't forget as far as movies are concerned. Getting back to what I'm talking about as far as the points here, I'm going to go to the negative point. I really couldn't think of much negative here. Granted, I'm 24 hours after seeing this movie, and I'm still kind of on cloud nine thinking about all the cool things that happen. I mean, yeah, there's some negatives here, like maybe some minor inconsistencies with character designs, and maybe some CGI wasn't the best looking at certain points, and I'll let that slide, because overall, I enjoyed the heck out of this movie. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. This is easily, for me, the best of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, and it could be the best Spider-Man movies. This is one of my movies of the year. I'll say that right now. There's one more movie I gotta see, but I mean, as far as things are concerned, this is up there with Ghostbusters Afterlife. This is up there with some of the best Marvel movies. I will say it's easily in the top 10, maybe even getting in that top 5 spot. I gotta sit with this a little bit longer. Like I said, I'm still working off of a lack of sleep due to hype mode right now. So, man, oh man, I can't give it a better score. Well, I can give it a better score, but you know what I'm trying to say. I don't really give perfect scores. But anyway, I can't say enough of this. 2 thumbs up for Spider-Man No Way Home. Go check it out. If you want to leave a comment down below, please, no spoilers, and let's talk about how you feel, how you reacted walking out of the theater. It's a lot of fun seeing what you guys are saying online, my buddies and all. So let's talk about this in the comment section down below. For more on Marvel, I have reviews of most of the movies that have come out in the last couple of years, so you can go back and check out those videos. And of course, I'll be talking about more Marvel, the next movie, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, a little bit far away in May, but man, oh man, I'm looking forward to that one. So that's going to do it for me, Startup. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because you'll be staying up to speed on everything coming out in the future, also revolving around a lot of Star Wars. That's going to do it for me, Startup. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at StarRaptor.